you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm excellent. I'm fantastic at the Arnold Classic here. This is pretty cool for you. You're starring in Midnight Sun.
Yep.
How did this come about? I mean, you've done some small acting roles before.
Right. And to be back here at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio, and then specifically this year to be, here for my own project, kind of mixing and matching my dad's work with my work. It's super cool. But how I got involved with this was about two and a half years ago. We filmed this, and in the classic way of an acting of auditioning and going out and doing the chemistry reads, and ultimately I got this role. But that's how I first got involved with it.
Okay, cool. And what did you learn, or what new things did you have to do with this role versus some of the other roles you've done?
Yeah, I mean, for example, my last project I just did, which came out, this winter on National Geographic, was The Long Road Home, where I was a U.S. soldier and I lived on the military base, and that was a true story where we go into Iraq and get ambushed, and that's completely obviously different than something like this, which is a love story. And so kind of preparing for different roles is obviously extremely different. You're portraying different types of people, and ultimately acting is you're putting yourself into someone else's shoes, and you have to kind of live, breathe, and eat and act like they do. Charlie is this character that I play that's kind of this stud, all-star jock. Everyone in school kind of loves him, and seems to have everything going for himself. But what's different that we find out in the film is that he's a little bit lost. He's supposed to have this scholarship that goes to Berkeley for swimming, and he gets hurt, and he gets dropped from school. His summer plans are done. He has to now live back at home, doesn't have school, and it's through all these little things that he ultimately gets to meet Bella's character, Katie, and falls in love with her. And so kind of preparing for this role is way different. I was swimming every day, and I was trying to get into the emotional state of what it's like to train and put every day into going somewhere, which is the swimming for him, and to have all those dreams shattered in the smallest instant of hurting his shoulder. So that's a big effect on someone of that age who thinks that this is the route that they're going on, and to have it all shattered like that is detrimental. So
all right. And how would you quickly describe the movie, and what kind of people do you think it'll appeal to?
Yeah. Well, the movie is a really heartfelt coming-of-age love story, but it's not your ordinary love story. It's different because it's dealing with someone that has a rare genetic disorder called XP, which is what Bella's character has, and that's even the smallest amount of sunlight can be proven deadly. So it's kind of how this relationship is going to function with that disease that she has, and it's through my character in our relationship that I pull her out of this life of isolation, that she's able to finally live a life of what it's like to be a normal teenager and embark on a journey and experience love. So it's just a really overall beautiful story. It's fun, it's funny. You have to bring your tissues because it'll make you cry a little bit, but the fun thing about this is it's for all ages. I mean, if you're a 13, 14-year-old girl and you're in middle school or high school, or if you're a college student, or you're a mom and dad that wants to bring your family, it's for everybody, There's no crazy stuff, no action, no this, that. So it's suitable for all ages, which is a fun family event.
Cool. Yeah, I think my wife will be anxious to see it, and she's not always with your dad's movies, so yeah. We'll see. But yeah, and so how does this? You kind of mentioned swimming and stuff. Were there any other different ways of changing your workout routine that got you ready for this?
This was one of the best shapes I've been in my life. I mean, I was so much slimmer because of the swimming. The change from lifting weights and everything to going into the pool for 1-2 hours a day. It's just such a change on your body, and the amount of eating you have to do and everything is so much different because it's just so much cardio, and it's full body. I mean, it's not only getting your heart rate up, but your upper body, your lower body is being utilized, and it was definitely a change for me. And then with The Long Road Home, that was more military stuff. So, you know, doing stuff which was like long distance running and a lot of weight training. And I was, you know, probably about 25 pounds heavier for the long road home versus Midnight Sun, but it was completely opposite genre films and completely opposite training and preparation. But you know, living on the military base was awesome because I got to go and work out with some of the soldiers, and you know, you're up at 4:45 a.m. working with them, and that's their normal time of starting their day. So and then running around base camp, everything. It was just a fun experience to do.
All right. Did your dad give you pointers, and what does he and the rest of your family think of this?
Yeah, my whole family is always supportive of what I do. You know, my dad as well. It's always been, what do you love? Is that acting? Is that business? Is that you want to be a teacher? You want to be a politician? You want to be a reporter? What is it? And we'll be supportive of that. As long as you love what you do, it's no longer a job. It's something that you love getting better at each and every day. It's you love putting the time and effort into becoming the best at what you are. So he's always said that to me. He's always said, do what you love, and if you practice each and every day, you have the potential to be the best at what you want to do. And you have the same amount of hours in your life and in your days that, you know, Martin Luther King had, that JFK had, Michelangelo. It's all the same amount of time. It's how you utilize that and put the time in to be the best that you can be. And that's always been his advice for me, is kind of just, you know, close your eyes right now. What's the best dream you could have? Where do you see yourself? What is that? And then use each and every day to get to that spot.
Cool. What do you, I mean, your dad has obviously been so famous, like, your entire life, basically, with us crazy fans, you know, and following him around. But do you, what do you think of, you know, kind of that celebrity, being a big celebrity? Do you aspire to be as huge as your dad in that way, or and does he, you know, give you any advice about that?
Again, it goes back to kind of what I said before. It's not being worried about being a celebrity or ultimate fame or something, but it's just kind of doing what you love, and that if you're doing the best that you can do within that you're going to get to that, you know, exit point, or that ultimate goal of what you want to be. But yeah, I mean, I've kind of dealt with it my whole life. That's pretty much it. You know, for me, he's just kind of father, and I've been so lucky to have him and learn and use advice from his life and how he's been able to get from point A to point Z and where he is right now. It's been life-changing for me, and I've learned so much. So I'm happy and excited to be utilizing it right now and to continue throughout my life.
Cool. And what are your future plans for acting or business or anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to continue to do acting. I've got this film coming out March 23rd, so we're on a little tour right now to make it so that everyone has the chance to see it, and going through 9 different cities throughout the U.S. And I want to continue doing film. You know, maybe one day work with him would be a goal, and continue to do business. You know, work on my different businesses. I've got a business degree from the University of Southern California. I also have my film and cinematic arts degree. So, kind of just using that and continuing to do what I love and what I want to do.
Cool. Any things that bug you about your dad sometimes?
No.
That you'd want to admit?
No. I mean, maybe it's him calling me too early in the morning to go to the gym. That's pretty much it. But, no, I'm very fortunate to be in the life and the position that I'm in, and just happy.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
And one final question: what is your top 3 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies?
When I was younger, I grew up watching, you know, the ones that were suitable for my age. So I liked the Kindergarten Cop was always one of my favorites, and then as I grew older, True Lies and Terminator and Predator became my favorites.
Nice. Thank you so much. This was an exclusive interview with Patrick Schwarzenegger for the Arnold fans.
Exclusive.